Welcome to the Calexico City Council, Calexico Redevelopment Successor Agency, Calexico Financing Authority Planning Commission meeting. Meeting is now in session. Called to order at 6:33 p.m. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Mayor Noricumbo,
Present.
Mayor Pro Tem Legaspi,
Present.
Councilmember Thalinda will be participating via virtually. Councilmember Marquez,
Present.
Councilmember Calderon,
Present.
we have quorum.
Correct. And for Councilmember Thalinda's attending remotely under the emergency circumstances, we do need a vote and approval of the City Council. And my understanding is she will participate only on item number 18. Before that, to allow her to participate under the emergency circumstances, the City Council needs to approve that. So if I can,
Okay, so we take a vote now?
correct.
Okay, I have a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
I second.
Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Mayor Noricumbo,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Legaspi,
Yes.
Councilmember Thalinda is currently absent. Councilmember Marquez,
Yes.
Councilmember Calderon,
Yes.
motion passes.
Okay, thank you. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Ready? Begin.
Please remain standing for the invocation.
Good evening. Father in heaven, first of all, Lord God, we would just want to say thank you for this beautiful day. God, your word declares that it is a day that you have made and we are to rejoice in it and be glad. Lord, we want to lift up this evening our city council. Lord God, that you would give them wisdom from above, Lord. God, the decisions that they must make for this city, Lord, on behalf of this city, I pray, God, that you would lead them. And God, we also pray for the citizens of Calexico, Lord God, that you would bless them as well and their families, Lord. And overall, Lord God, we just ask a blessing upon this evening in Jesus' name. Amen.
Okay, please take your seats. Do you have any closed session announcements?
Thank you, Mayor. City Council went in closed session, received direction on the items on the agenda. However, no reportable actions were taken. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Approval of the agenda. Do I have a motion to approve?
Mayor, just one comment. You'll see for item number 17 on the agenda, there's a revised staff report that should be on the dais and also available for the public. And it just clarifies that as part of the consideration of the employment agreement with the Public Works Director / City Engineer, it's also approving the salary schedule as well. So just making that clarification in the staff report.
Okay. Excuse me, please. Quiet. Were you going to change something, Madam Clerk, on the presentation?
The Fire Prevention Services is not going to be able to provide a presentation. And then on the number 6, it's a recognition of appreciation.
Okay, thank you. So then we're not going to see item number 7. We'll move it for another meeting. And item number 6 is a recognition to the Calexico Board of Paws. Okay, do I have a motion to approve the agenda?
I'll make the motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Mayor Noricumbo,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Legaspi,
Yes.
Councilmember Thalinda is absent. Councilmember Marquez,
Yes.
Councilmember Calderon,
Yes.
motion passes.
Okay, thank you. So we'll start with presentations. Item number 6, recognition to Calexico Board of Paws Rescue.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. This presentation is presented to the Calexico Border Paws Rescue. It's we have a MOU with them to help us rescue animals. Last year, in 2024, the City of Calexico was recognized as a no-kill shelter, and the criteria for that is that we've saved over 90% of the animals that come into our shelter, and that's in no small part to that association, the Calexico Border Paws. which helps to rehouse the animals and getting them neutered, spayed, and medical attention. So this association that we're recognizing today, they'll pick up the dogs or cats and they'll transport them to San Diego. We've had dogs go out of state to Ohio, Mississippi to get adopted. So I think it's fair to honor this association as we received a plaque with their help that's hanging at the police department that states that the city of Calexico is a no-kill shelter.
Okay, thank you. And I'll read what the certificate of appreciation says, and then we'll present it to whoever is going to receive it. City of Calexico Certificate of Appreciation presented to Calexico Border Paws for assisting the City of Calexico in achieving a 90% save rate. We congratulate you for this accomplishment. And who will be receiving the award?
The president of that nonprofit couldn't make it today because she is on vacation, and well-deserved vacation. So we'll accept it for her, and we will present it to her when she comes back, and we'll take photographs and post it online.
Okay.
Guys ready? 1, 2, 3. Thank you. Okay, all set. Thank you, Madam Mayor and City Council. I also want to thank Orozco and your workers that are in the animal shelter. We, as of 2025, in January, have saved 93 dogs, 4 cats. February, 80 dogs, 3 cats. March, 107 dogs. In April, 80 dogs, 2 cats. So we continue to succeed with the partnership with Calexico Border Paws. And then in May, 78 dogs, 7 cats. In June, 60 dogs. So thank you very much. We continue to succeed with this partnership with Calexico Border Paws on behalf of Diana Daniels. Thank you.
Okay, next is item number 8, presentation by ICTC, proposed IVT rate adjustment to the general microtransit service.
Thank you. Sorry. Good evening, honorable members of the council and members of the public. My name is David Aguirre. I'm the executive director of the Imperial County Transportation Commission. I appreciate the opportunity to be with you this evening as we share some exciting news pertaining to a possible adjustment to our dial-a-ride service. I prepared a minor agenda kind of covering some of the items that we're going to discuss and present on as it pertains to the service and the possible transition to a microtransit service in the city of Calexico and the other areas of our within our service area. So what is the IVT ride service as it stands now? It's currently a intra-city dial-a-ride service. It is exclusively available to seniors 55 years of age or older and persons with disabilities. Some of the adjustments that we're looking to complete for the service will hopefully help maximize the service and make it more efficient. So one of the primary objectives is to enhance the service use, ensure sustainability for the service, and benefit the community which it serves. The service currently exclusively employs manual scheduling, utilizing minimal assistance from scheduling software. One of the adjustments that we're proposing to complete is to integrate advanced technology and enhance the operational efficiency and improve service availability. Some of the issues that we generally run into for the service is we do have some inefficiencies and low ridership, and that's primarily due to the restrictedness of the service. Again, one of the objectives is to increase ridership, broaden service availability and coverage, and provide effective and efficient services for the cities in which it operates. So just a brief comparison in terms of what the service is today. It is currently available in various communities.
A little, yeah, get closer.
Oh, I don't know if I can go any higher. I try to shrink myself, I guess.
You're too tall.
The service is available in various communities, those being the El Centro, Heber, Imperial, Brawley, Calexico, and the West Shores area. Each of the services, depending on jurisdiction, has different service hours. So as an example, El Centro currently operates, at least from a Monday through Friday perspective, it operates from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Calexico operates Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Weekend hours are also available, but they all vary based on jurisdiction. Also, each city has a different fare structure. They vary from $1 to about $3 a trip, which makes it a little more difficult to navigate and also separates the services between service areas. All trips are scheduled by phone via the IVT Ride Dispatch Center. We currently only accept cash in-person payments, and again, the service is only available for seniors and persons with disabilities. One of the things that we want to implement as it pertains to the service is to schedule all the service areas with the exact same service hours, Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., Saturday and Sunday, 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. All of the services will have a mobile application available, so you'll be able to book an on-demand trip in the hours that the service is operating. Unify the fare structure for all services, that being $2 general public and $1 seniors and persons with disabilities. One of the key components that I previously noted is that we intend to open the service to the general public, which means that anyone could potentially use the service in addition to the senior population. Service is open to the general public, as noted. Seniors would still be able to schedule trips via the phone by calling our dispatch center, also our customer service area center, in addition to having access to the mobile application as well. The mobile application primarily is going to be used for booking on-demand trips. So those will be same-day trips similar to what you would use like if you had an Uber in the area. Payment for the trips can be made using cash in our vehicles and can be made via the mobile application as well. Just a quick note, as it pertains to the West Shores area, that service operates differently and under different hours because of its remoteness, so that will still continue to operate similar to what it operates now. So just to give you some specific information pertaining to Calexico, Calexico's fare as it stands now, again, this is only open to seniors, is $2, or actually, I'm sorry, it's $1 per trip. Service hours, again, 7 to 5 p.m., and then it's open on weekends. It is open from 7 to 5. We do see low ridership during the evening hours, so we took that into consideration as we adjusted the proposed hours for the new service. We also wanted to make sure that we maintained our advanced reservation status, so you can actually book trips 2 weeks in advance. All our vehicles are ADA equipped, so they all have either lifts or ramps to help passengers with disabilities or the senior population to board the vehicles. Again, we do have dispatch hours / customer service available to interact with the public should they need assistance booking their trips, if they want to do that via phone, in addition to the mobile application as well. As you know, we also have a different service that is available in Calexico, which is called Calexico On Demand. That service actually charges $2 for the general public and $1 for seniors as well. So that service will essentially kind of work in unison with this proposed service. So one of the things that we've had issues with, as it pertains to Calexico On Demand, is that we cannot keep up with the demand for the service. So as a result of making this transition, this will allow us to expand, in a sense, the Calexico On Demand service to provide additional resources to providing those trips. This is just an exhibit of the service area. As you can see in the city of Calexico, it pretty much covers the entire city limits, from the border to the Grand Plaza outlet to the north end of the city, and even covering up to the east end of the city. We also have the service, again, as previously noted, in the cities of Brawley, El Centro, Heber, Imperial, and the West Shores area. I'll go ahead and show you just some exhibits in terms of the maps. This is what the proposed app will actually look like. It'll be available on Apple or Google Play stores, so you'll be able to download it. You'd provide some information about yourself, likely have to enter in some information if you want to make electronic payments using the app, and then you'd be able to essentially utilize it. It works similar to just any on-demand app to book trips. So we're excited at the possibility of what that will provide to the public. We're anticipating a 30-minute window for pickups for the service, similar to what we have for Calexico On Demand. And I mean, it'll have a lot of different features that are not available for the service now that'll be available once we implement the changes. So next steps. We have done a number of presentations and will continue to do a number of presentations to various councils and boards in the Imperial County, especially those that are affected by the change in service. We've already done multiple presentations to various senior organizations to make sure that they're aware of the impending change. We've done presentations as an example to Alegría and Calexico, the AAA nutrition sites, and day out centers. We will be having a public hearing to obtain feedback from the public about the proposed change at our upcoming commission meeting, which is scheduled for next Wednesday at 6 p.m. We anticipate hopefully being able to operate under the service, under the new service, starting September 2nd of this year. So we're working very hard to make sure that we have everything ready for that kickoff for the new service. And then, of course, once the service is implemented, we'll conduct regular outreach and other efforts to make sure that we're communicating with the public in terms of the service and making sure we get feedback from them in terms of how it operates and any issues that they may be encountering. I think one of the more unique aspects of the possible transition of the service is the rebranding associated with it. The service is currently called IVT Ride. We're transitioning the name to IVT Ride Now. That is coupled, we did that for a variety of reasons. First and foremost, we wanted to make sure that the IVT Ride brand / name kind of stayed together so that the senior population could continue to recognize it. The colors are the same, but we also wanted to add a little bit more to the name to show people that it's a new service and that's available to them to be able to provide transportation within their jurisdictions. And again, since this is a consolidated effort, if you download the application and you utilize the service, you can essentially, if you're in Calexico, you can use the application. If you go to El Centro, you can use the application. So you can use the application wherever you are, and it's the same fair price wherever you are. So all of this would not be possible without the support of our board, and also I'd like to thank the City of Calexico for all their support as well. We have been working on this project for a long time, and this is a testament of how successful the Calexico On Demand service has been, which has further prompted us to essentially kind of look at further opportunities to expand our transportation network in the Imperial County. So that concludes my presentation. Thank you very much for your time. Really do appreciate it, and look forward to being back and answering any questions you may have. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Aguirre. Do you have any questions or comments?
No, I don't. Thank you.
I just have a comment. Mr. Aguirre, thank you for all your help. I know you're spearheading this project and you're always on site, making sure that this comes about. And again, thank you. Calexico is in need of this project. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Same here, thank you for all you do.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
Okay, going on to item number 9, presentation by Ivy 911 Stair Climb Committee Member, Imperial Valley 911 Stair Climb Event.
Good evening, Mayor Nanakumbo and members of the board and public here this evening. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to come here and speak to you today. My name is Edgar Quinones, and this is Alex Pereira. We're both board members with the IV 911 committee. And we are here to talk to you a little bit about what we do. We are a committee that's formed of members that represent the fire community, law enforcement community, and the public and private sector, who are dedicated to ensuring that the Imperial Valley never forgets the tragic events that took place on September 11, 2001. We do this by hosting a memorial stair climb that honors, respects, and pays tribute to the 343 firefighters, 60 law enforcement officers, and 10 emergency personnel who lost their lives on that Tuesday morning in 2001. Excuse me. This year marks the 24th anniversary of September 11th, and for the Imperial Valley, we will host our 11th annual memorial stair climb at the grandstands at the IB Expo. And that event is going to take place on Saturday, September the 6th of this year. The memorial stair climb will start at 7:45, and we will begin the ceremony at 8 o'clock. Each participant climbs and walks the equivalent of 110 stories of the World Trade Center, carrying the name and photo of a fallen hero that symbolically acknowledges what they did. I have a video here that represents what we do at the event, and I will play that here shortly for you. Oh, sorry.
Keep careful watch of my brother's soul. And should the sky be filled with fire and smoke, keep watching over Jerusalem's throne. This is to end in fire, and we shall all burn together. Watch the flames climb high into the night, calling out, Father, Lord, stand by and we will watch the flames climb high.
So as you can tell, we ensure that the Valley never forgets the tragic events of September 11, 2001. Last year, the city of Calexico represented well, and they showed up, and they also sponsored the event. This year, early registration for participants is now open at $25 through September the 6th, and on-site registration will be $35 on the day of the event. But participants that register before August 22nd will receive a t-shirt of the event, and we are also seeking sponsorship opportunities that come in different levels ranging from 343, 413, and 911 and 2001, which is symbolically representing the 343 fallen firefighters, 413 first responders, and the date 9/11 and the year 2001. Funds raised for this event will go to the 9/11 Memorial Stair Climb Committee, which is a 501c nonprofit organization, provides charitable assistance to local firefighters and families and first responders by promoting scholarships and opportunities for members of the community. In addition, we will build IV 911 memorial there at the fairgrounds where thousands of people visit on a yearly basis. So with that, I will turn the floor over to my partner here, Alex Pereira, and she will talk to you about our inaugural first responder gala that we are going to have for this year. Thank you.
Thank you to the council and mayor for allowing us the opportunity to present you guys with this information. As my fellow board members said, we do have this year our inaugural public safety gala with the theme being Desert Nights. And I would also like to share some information on it. We will have local, state, and federal representation honoring one officer of the year for every entity. From our local police, fire and EMT, marshals, border patrol, and many other agencies, we will have the opportunity to give back, at least for one evening, to those who serve and protect us and our loved ones day and night. Our local first responder teams have had a tremendously tough end to last year and start of this year, with several strike teams being deployed to aid in the Palisades area, Tecate, San Diego, Riverside, and just yesterday, Siskiyou County in Northern California. Our Border Patrol sector has worked tirelessly to keep our borders secure. Many neighboring counties have had police officers lose their lives in the line of duty, and the fire community just recently had to mourn the loss of fellow firefighters in Idaho who were ambushed and killed as they worked to keep others safe. All of this while going through constant training and calls in 105-degree temperatures. We believe their commitment and dedication should not be taken for granted. This gala is a way for us to serve them for a day, have them enjoy one night of the year with their families and teams, and demonstrate that we as a community have their back. For this reason, we invite the council and any members of the community who would like to sponsor a table for an entity of their choice or attend the event with their group to reach out to the committee as well. And all of the information for this and for the stair climb, contact information, like mentioned before, is on our website, iv911.org, and our social media pages. Lastly, if I may, I would just like to share with you our public safety scholarship opportunity for current IVC students. We are awarding 3 $500 scholarships to 3 students, one for each field, law, fire, and EMT. It is open to any IVC student attending the fall semester and enrolled in any of the Public Safety Academy programs at IVC. And again, all the information for that as well can be found on our website, iv911.org. And that would be it from us, but I can take any questions if needed.
Thank you, ma'am. Do you have any questions or comments?
I have a comment. I remember that day, I just got promoted to sergeant, and I was a sergeant for about 5 months where we had to secure our border area, so that's a very touching video. Also, thank you both for coming in. I think it's for a very good cause. And I'd like to challenge each council member to make this event on September the 6th, and also the department heads. So I know I'll be there, and I think also Lencho will be there. So
if you go up the stairs, I'll be there.
Hey, we're prior law enforcement. We got to be there, so count us in. So.
Well, I do have a comment. Thank you for the presentation. I think what you're doing is great for our community and keeping it real, because I just want to thank you for going beyond. Every day you show up to work. I believe that you are what we need here in the Valley. And again, thank you for putting your life on the line every day. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for this great event. Challenge accepted. Let's see who gets up there faster.
If you have the applications there, we'll sign them right now.
Thank you. Everything's online, but I don't have them.
Oh, too bad.
Thank you all. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a nice evening, rest of your evening. Okay, moving forward with announcements. Do you have any announcements? No? Okay. So then we'll start with public comments. City Attorney?
Thank you. There's a time and place for the public to address City Council on any item not appearing on the agenda that is within the subject matter jurisdiction of the City Council. The City Clerk will recognize you, and when you come to the microphone, please state your name and place of residence for the record. While members of the public are encouraged to participate, it is unlawful to disturb or delay the council meeting with personal slanderous remarks. The City Council is prohibited by state law from taking action or discussing items not included on the printed agenda. If the item you wish to comment on is on the public portion of the agenda, we will take your comment when we get to that item on the agenda. Please direct your questions and comments to the City Council. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Just a reminder that it's limited to a maximum of 30 minutes if additional time is required for public comments. They will be heard towards the end of the meeting after discussion and potential action items. So we will open public comment and we will end at 7:34. And do we have public comment, Madam Clerk?
Yes, we do. I will call 2 speakers at a time. Please come up to the microphone when I call your name. First speakers are CMEA President Marta Gomez and Vice President Lucy Villanueva.
Good evening, Honorable Mayor and Honorable Council members. We are Martha Gomez, Luz Villanueva. We have been employed by the City of Calexico for 38 years. We are here tonight as the President and Vice President of the Calexico Municipal Employees Association, CMEA. We represent our members that make up, we're here representing our members that make up your parks and street laborers, your meter readers, airport staff, maintenance staff, mechanics, animal control, traffic control, code enforcement, office clerks, office assistants, accounting assistants, administrative assistants, building inspector, and executive assistants.
Tonight, we want to express our deep concern about what you, as a city council, the heads of our organization, have been commenting on during your public meetings. The possibility of privatizing water and sewer services, having your employees pay more for PERS and Social Security, and even furloughs. These comments have caused a lot of fear and grief, not to mention a lot of anxiety and stress among our members. And because of that, we are respectfully requesting clarification from you to ease our memberships, concerns and worries of what they feel at this moment is an uncertain future for them and their families. Thank you for allowing us the opportunity to express our members' concerns. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, ladies. Do we have another comment?
Yes. Next 2 speakers are Christine Juan Ramirez and Eugenio Ramos.
Good evening, Council. My name is Christine Wong Ramirez. I live at 1002 East 6th Street. I am here just to say a couple of comments in regards to the last meeting, in regards to the attorney not speaking, in regards to some of the questions. I know you're not supposed to answer, so it's just the fact that whenever people come up here and say lies, you know, it's just like, once it's set, you can't retract it, okay? So we all take that in personally. My mom, Chabelita Wong, used to come to every meeting just to see what was going on, just to make sure that things happen, and especially for the seniors. She was here all the time. So my concern is, I'm seeing that this council started off well, so I stopped coming to the meetings. I do watch them. And, you know, and I'm going to publicly say it. Thanks to Raul Urena and what he did, it's like it brought out the public. We all have our open eyes, we're watching you, we're seeing everything that's going on, okay? And so when you guys don't unite for the better of not only 3,000 votes, but I'm talking about 40,000 residents that need to be addressed, we all have needs and we all have a past, okay? But the thing is, we're moving forward. We've got a future here, okay, with brand new council, brand new people that can move us forward, you know? Some of the employees, like I said last time, are in the wrong position, but they're still employed by us, so just move them to another position where they will work for us, okay? Because technically, if I live here, I pay taxes, and, you know, I want my services, obviously. So I'm looking at you guys uniting and doing everything for the betterment of the 40,000 plus residents that are here. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Next person.
Hi, my name is Eugenio Ramos. I am here. I've always been a person of unity. I'm big on unity. I've tried to preach unity everywhere I go and stand. I've noticed that it's just not possible. It's not possible, but that's out in the public. I see 4 now, but 5 in total council members. And as a resident of Calexico, in all honesty, I would wish to see you guys united. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Next 2 speakers are June Kim and Marta Leticia Aldana Cota.
Good evening, council members and public and city employees. I gonna starting say we are right now moving toward our future. When we go some direction, if we missing 1 inches from starting, later it's gonna be food, it's gonna be miles. That we have right now. City of Calexico all toasted. It's not functioning. And I really disappointed the council meeting last time. You guys doesn't have a guts. You guys doesn't have anything to take what's we made mistaken, busy to hiding. That's what you guys are. You guys not listening to the community. One of the example, a city employees, why they have to come in here. I didn't plan to talk this, but I believe always public employees' salaries is standard for the public area, private areas, sectors' salaries. At the same time, we want to pay less with the public employees, and we expecting to get a higher paycheck from anybody. Where is mentality there? And very simple word, happy employees produce or goes extra miles. And we don't have here. Always, you guys taking care of the trip, managers, high paid level. But actually, there's Indians here. We have less personnel, less employees, paychecks. I'm a commissioner of the Child First Commission. 2 years ago, I made them to increase their salaries and also to put it in there, implementing COLAs every year. The commission that was lucky, we have good directors, we had the funds available. So whose job, who's responsible? You guys, council member. City manager, the interim city manager we had the last time, is bluffing. He feels like we are nobodies. He can convince us where they want. Hiding the money is something wrong. City, water departments, they have a $48.5 million not spent it from the bond they issued in 2020. Where is the budget? Where is the book? Numbers. Who's hiding? Who's getting benefit from there? And now want to raise the waters? And they were enjoying to raise the water race, and the same time they are enjoying to be in the person who make the handle, so
Thank you,
they
sir.
can control the situation here. We are
Okay,
the one.
thank you, sir.
Yes, we are the one victimized
Good.
from the wrong
Thank you,
decision
sir.
from the council.
Time's
Thank
up.
you.
Thank you.
You received a general public I'm sorry. Sorry about that.
Good evening. Marta Leticia Aldana Cota, 417 Rosemont. Madam Mayor, Council women and men, and our acting city manager. I'd like to begin with a positive note. I know was it last week? I came in and I wanted to actually congratulate you on 3 of your traffic control individuals, Andres Fernandez, Alex Valladolid, and Daviari Grijalva. I was in a situation where I could have been hurt, so they were awesome. They assisted me, so they did a wonderful job. So I don't only complain, I also come and say positive things. On another note, I'm a concern. I read somewhere, probably in the minutes or something, that there's going to be some pay raises. I'm going to say what I always say to the school board, and you know that I do this lunch all the time. If the city, supposedly it's broke, almost, no money, no funding. So no pay raises should be given at this time until you solidify your funds. The other thing is, if you're going to do any pay raises, start at the bottom, because those at the bottom are the ones that get the raise at the last, and they're the ones that do the work. The other thing is that I also heard that the city is looking into doing an audit for business licenses, because supposedly the city had been collecting the wrong amounts. Hey, it's not the business's fault. An audit to go back and collect, you know what, I charged you wrong, I charged you the wrong amount, so now I need you to pay me more. That's totally wrong. The other thing is that I'm a little concerned about what's happening, and my question is, yes, there was a demand for change. I was not in agreement, you guys know that, because I felt that previous council and previous city manager were doing an awesome job. I'm entitled to that belief. But I ask you guys, what are you guys doing? What are your plans? Because by the looks of it, instead of raising our city, you're literally bringing our city down. And that's not what we expect. So I urge all of you to kind of get your act together and your goals and do a priority list. Prioritize. So start there. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Do you have any further public comment?
Yes, we received a public comment via email from David Saunders, and I have provided a copy to you all. That's
Okay. Okay, so this concludes our public comment portion. We will now move over to city manager's report.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. So I'd like to report that myself and the fire chief, we met with the chief of staff of Congressman Ruiz's office. We went to talk about the issues with the traffic and see if we can get some federal help to try to subsidize or try to get some kind of relief on the traffic situation that we have going on, not just through the state, but obviously we're dealing with traffic that's for an international port of entry. So I think it's something that we need to see if we can try to get some kind of remedy, either by some kind of law that allows us to get reimbursement or through looking through grants. So they were very enthusiastic at the talk that we had with them, and we're going to continue talking with them to try to come up with other solutions to try to remedy the traffic issue in the downtown. The neighborhood house also, on another topic, opened up their cooling center. So it's open now between 9 and 6 p.m. and will be open until September 5th. So that's another cooling center here in the city. The other one was at the library. Last but certainly not least, we hosted the playoffs for Little League. That was a great effort between city staff, volunteers, and the Little League personnel. We basically last moment turned the two fields from Legion Field into something that I have to tell you personally, I was super proud. I showed up there, I saw the kids playing, and I thought to myself, this is what Calexico is all about. You know, the kids had a good time. What we call it, many good comments on how well our employees worked, and we should all be proud of Ms. Flalomir and the 14 employees that took the field to basically professional status. They had very little complaints. The volunteers were excellent too. They went out and they were there in the morning helping out. So we made actually local news and regional news. And it's what we need to have. We need to showcase Calexico and show what we have, and that's something we should be proud of. And that's the end of my report.
Okay, thank you. Mayor Pro Tem Legaspi?
Thank you, and good
Oh,
evening.
I'm so sorry. It's the commissioner's report, I'm sorry. Do we have any commissioner reports?
Fortunately, yes. Good evening, Honorable Mayor, members of the council, Patricia Orena, Community Services Commission Chair, and Commissioner Ramos is going to be assisting me with a little bit of the report. Just want to report that we did meet last week regarding many items that were discussed. We had a lot of public comment as well. And we have now added ad hoc committees to deal with specific items so that we're not here for 3 hours dealing with all these specific items. So we are looking to meet tomorrow in a special meeting to go dark in August so that it'll give the commissioners an opportunity to meet with appropriate staff regarding the items that they've been assigned to. Before the commission meeting last week, I also attended a conceptual meeting regarding the possibility of a future soccer facility for a soccer program for residents and also for the league that is currently been running for the last 17-20 years. The location is on the west side of town on Cloak and Cole Road, and it's approximately about 40 acres. We're going to be meeting with the ad hoc committee with the city staff that is going to be involved with this specific project to see what all is involved in making this hopefully happen or not happen, whichever comes first. I've also requested from the city clerk that we provide ethics training and training to those that are not familiar with the Brown Act. So that is in the works, and I know that our city clerk is working on that for hopefully before the next fall starts. I also wanted to thank the city staff for the services they're providing to our residents this summer, and also to the public works staff who did make our Little League fields look very professional. I know that Pro Tem Mayor Legaspi practiced a whole week to throw that ball to a base, home base. It was recorded. He didn't do too bad. But then we had Mr. Solano throw the ball over to...
And I still didn't make it to the catcher.
Then we had Mr. Solano throw the ball to our interim chief, Mr. Orozco, and they did pretty well. I think the ball only bounced once, and he did catch it before it went to the fence. So along
I think Solano thought he was bowling.
Well, you know, let's just say that they did a good job in getting the ball out there. We did get a lot of good comments from the San Diego residents that were there about the field being so nice. There was a little complaint about maybe a little hump there, but I think that was taken care of immediately. But I do want to send out a good shout out to Mr. Solano, Mr. Ulan, for prepping the infields for every championship game. And it was a great team effort, not only from the staff and the volunteers, but also Jessica, who ran a Little League program for Calexico. And it was great baseball to see the two San Diego teams go at it, and our very own Calexico baseball players play as well. So with that, I'm going to pass it on to Commissioner Ramos, who's part of the ad hoc for the Christmas parade celebration, and he's probably going to be asking you to give him a check before you end your day today. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Eugenio Ramos once again. There's a date for the parade in Calexico, so save the date, December 13th. The name for the Christmas parade, the theme would be Christmas joy around the world. So we're looking forward to that. We're also in need of sponsors. We are looking for sponsors. You can get a hold of anybody in the Calexico Community Services Commission or with Ms. Norma Gerardo directly. Anything would be of help, and we're actually aiming for for businesses, but anybody, private or not, can donate money to the cause. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Do you have any further, no more commissioner reports? Okay. All right, now city council comments and reports of meetings attended. Mayor Pro Tem Legaspi.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Again, good evening, everyone, for your attendance here at our council meeting. I attended the Imperial Valley Chamber of Commerce. They had a meeting in the city of El Centro, and I met with several agencies there, and we spoke about different things that are occurring on at different cities. And I spoke highly regarding to the zone changes that was brought up by our planning director. They were very excited for that. So thank you, Michael. Also attended the drone show that was presided by the Grand Plaza pre-July 4th event. There was lots of entertainments. There was numerous booths, lots of people in attendance. And I've never seen a drone show, a 4th of July drone show, or any type of a drone show. And it was pretty cool. It was really nice. The city manager and I attended the Section 7 Little League tournament, where we had a really good time. You know, I threw the first pitch, not making it to the catcher, and Armando and Mr. Solano rolled the ball to the catcher. I'm messing with you guys. And I want to thank Lily Falomir for doing such an outstanding job, along with your staff, for making sure that the field was leveled off, and it was really nice. It was the weather was good. Surprisingly, there was drinks out there, refreshments for the kids and stuff like that. No alcohol when I said drinks. It's the refreshments for the kids. And thank you for that. Also for the volunteer staff that went out there to level the field in assistance. And there was also some baseball coaches there that had also assisted. And that's all I have to report. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Councilmember Marquez.
Thank you. Good evening. Since our last meeting, I was able to attend the police department presentation at the library, and they also had a very good turnout. I got to wear the goggles, the famous goggles, and almost fell, but it gives you a very good reason or explanation of why you shouldn't be drinking and driving. Also, Councilmember Legaspi and myself met with the Little League president, and we spoke about the fact that they were going to be holding the championship for 12 and under, and it was last weekend. I want to thank the employees and also the volunteers, also for the generous donation that was made from people sitting up here so that these events could take place. We also met, Legaspi and myself also met with some community members to discuss issues concerning the parks, and once again bringing up Rodriguez Park and how we're going to help that field come alive again. And so we need to take up that discussion. I was able to attend the Economic Development and Finance Advisory Commission. Very good information. They were able to get their chairs appointed during that time. And also I was able to attend some of the Community Service Commission as well. And I want to thank all the commissioners that came up here and all of the people volunteering their time. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Calderon.
Thank you, and thank you for joining us tonight. Since last council meeting, I haven't attended any meetings, but I did attend the Little League playoffs this weekend. It was a great event for our community. I'd like to congratulate the Sweetwater team because they won the playoff. It was a well-organized event. Kudos to Ms. Falomir and Mr. Saldana. They were spearheading this event and making sure that everything was ready for our visitors. Furthermore, also kudos to the park department, which was Victor, Javier, Nicolas, Luis, and Jose. Our street department, Alvaro, Edgar, Joel, Tomas, and Eduardo. Distribution Department, Eduardo, Efrain, and Pablo, and Mr. Solano and Pat. Thank you for the long hours and making sure that our visitors were well taken care of. Also, Tony Roldan, Mr. Dude, and Chuy Enegas were also involved in getting the mounts and everything ready. And also our firefighters for going out there and spraying our kids and making that event a wonderful event for them before they started. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So the past few weeks, we've been having a lot of meetings, budget-wise, some up here, some, with the city manager. I lost my train of thought. So anyway, I wanted to introduce to you guys, we have a new grant manager. Her name is Laura Bowen, and she's been here 3 days, and she already identified 3 grants that we're gonna go after. So we are very pleased to have you on board. So I wanted to welcome you publicly. And that's pretty much all I have right now. So thank you. Okay, moving forward with the consent agenda. Do we have public comment on consent items?
Yes, we do. We have several for a couple of items. First speaker is Mr. June Kim for item number 13.
Okay. I really disappointed what the police chief was recommended to parking meter in the downtown. I have a store there. So I just wanted to have a little backup to see how it works out. With the credit card fees and all involved, right now we are in better condition than before. If you touch anything, so what we're doing right now is going to be backfire. That's what I can say. Honestly, I'm not relying on the board traffic anymore, much in my business. My business is relying more on advertisement and word of the mouth. But downtown, I see the more cars. If you lose that, that means we're going to have a backfire. We're going to have a lose of the sales. So it's up to you guys to be careful to do it. Don't make me later on say, make me to say, I told you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. June Kim again on item number 16.
Number 16, I think I don't have nothing to against it. Except cheering for the council, you made a decision. Big comparison with the past interim city manager and now you fire chief. I believe you have good teams. I've been watching them long years, how they work, how they dedicate their job, their profession. So I'm expecting to keep on going or more better, and probably some people talking about we sending the stuff for the outside of the wildfire, things like that. We send the stuff, I understanding we receiving the money, but some people, they are jealous on them because they get some paycheck, the overtimes. So I believe that one has to publicly little more educate to our fire chief or firefighters how they work, how they serve the community. I'm expecting to better ones. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Do we have any more?
One more. Mr. Kim again for item number 17.
Well, I don't know if the person is here or not. Again, we have a lot of the free place, which is we have a free massage road. And you go any time of the nearby downtown and street, you're driving a car, you're gonna have a free massage. If your shark is not working well, it's gonna be, you're hurting your backbone. So I wish this service, this person to come as soon as possible to taking care of our issues. That's all I can say. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Do you have any further?
No more comments. Yes, Ms. Cunningham for item 18.
18 is for
But that's-
discussion, yeah.
No, it's consent agenda.
Okay, so do we have a motion to approve the consent agenda? Were you gonna pull anything there or no? No, we're good, okay. So do we have a motion to approve?
I do have a motion, but I want to make a comment. Chief, congratulations. Congratulations, well deserved. Yes, City Manager. You were going to say something?
No.
He meant the other chief.
Okay. I just, congratulations.
Hey, wait a minute, we haven't approved it yet. Okay.
Well, I already motioned to approve, so.
Okay, do I have a second?
I second.
Roll call, Madam Clerk?
Mayor Noricumbo,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Legaspi,
Yes.
Councilmember Tylinda. Councilmember Marquez,
Yes.
Councilmember Calderon,
Yes.
motion passes.
Okay. So now we're moving over to discussion and potential action items. Item number 18. Adopt a resolution of the City Council of the City of Calexico approving the employment agreement with Benjamin A. Martinez and appointing him as City Manager of the City of Calexico. Do we have any public comment?
Yes, we do.
And Mayor, if you just allow me to go to some of the points in
Yes,
the
sir.
employment agreement, so it's on the record. It's, just want to highlight some of the terms in the employment agreement. Provide for annual salary of $220,000 per year. It's a 3-year term commencing July 22nd, which is Tuesday, through July 22nd of 2028, with an optional 2-year extension. Provides for certain business expenses and furtherance of the responsibilities. Provide for an automobile in furtherance of those duties. Provides for all benefits, including retirement benefits through CalPERS, as provided to other director-level employees. Provides for an annual performance evaluation, a one-time relocation reimbursement up to $5,000 should he move to the city within 6 months of commencement of employment. Provide for termination of the agreement in accordance with both with and without cause and severance payment depending on the length of service. Provides for membership in the ICMA and compliance with their code of ethics. Just want to read those into the record. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So we can start with comment.
Yolanda Cunningham.
Buenas noches, mi nombre es Yolanda Cunningham y vivo al 1901 Fillmore Avenue. La razón por la que estoy aquí es porque queremos manifestar la necesidad de que se nombre al City Manager porque desafortunadamente no pudimos resolver cosas con el otro city manager, y esperemos que por favor ustedes puedan tomar una decisión. Estamos seguros que la persona que están designando, ustedes tienen la seguridad, creo yo, al menos lo sienten, que es la persona adecuada. Y nosotros como comunidad, pues creo que en lugar de estarnos dividiendo y estar comentando tantas cosas allá afuera, pues debemos de darnos la oportunidad porque no tenemos nada mejor. Lo único que espero es que hayan recibido una buena asesoría legal para que todo quede bien planteado en el contrato de nuevo city manager. Pero tenemos confianza, al menos nuestra comunidad tenemos confianza porque tenemos muchas cosas que resolver ahí muy importantes, y realmente pues hay muchas cosas que se están saliendo de control, pero yo quiero agradecer junto con las personas que no estamos aquí, a nuestras regidoras, a nuestras señoras, nuestras representantes, porque nos han escuchado, han tenido paciencia para escuchar todas las necesidades que tenemos en esa comunidad, y pues realmente estamos muy agradecidos porque nos han dado su tiempo y han sido empáticas. Muchísimas gracias por el tiempo que nos han dedicado a escucharnos. Gracias.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Next speaker is June Kim.
Again, I'm not sure the person is here or not. I really, in a way, disappointed what we had the last city manager, interim city manager, and now we're hiring. I hope they're not coming from the same company or the entity to recruiting the city manager. It was a bad decision, last one. I'm not sure about this one. For me, like, we need the city manager badly, but I think we jumped too early, too soon. And I believe our council members, they don't have skill yet to protecting our city's interest. And make him to about a few months shaking our city. And I was very cautiously or very worried about how we're gonna come. I hope I don't have to come asking him to, why you hiding? Why you bluffing? So I hope not. I wish he's better than what he had. And we needed some good leader experience with good intention, as a public servant. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Our last comment was received via email from David Saunders, and you all have a copy.
Okay, thank you. So with no further comment, Mayor Pro Tem Legaspi?
Yes, Madam Mayor. We had quite a bit of applications coming in, and they were screened. And remember, there's a lot of projects that are coming up. And even though Chief Orozco has done a good job as the interim city manager, we do need a city manager right now to work with a bunch of these projects that are coming in. Like his interviews were conducted, we looked for what I believe was the best of the best. And I think it's important that we, if appointed, that we need to work with them as a team. Not only with the department heads working with the possible new city manager coming in, but also our council. We need to allow him to do his work, and we are going to do that. So I am satisfied with the background that was conducted, and that's all I have to say for now.
Okay, thank you. Councilmember Marquez? Is Councilmember Thailenda going to say anything?
Councilmember Thailenda? Oh, I'm sorry, I can't hear. It's chopped up.
Thank you, Councilmember Talenda. Councilmember Marquez?
Well, I am very pleased with the decision that was brought forth. I like the fact that this person that we are considering has planning and finance background. I believe this is something that we need for the structure of our city. Like I said, we did work together in screening a lot of the applicants. It wasn't an easy process. We did have a lot, but we also did have a lot of applicants that would not be the best fit for this community. And I believe everyone up here had a chance to interview him, and I was pleased with the decision of choosing him and bringing him forth. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Councilmember Calderon?
Thank you. First, I'm going to start by, I also had an opportunity to interview the candidate. I did go through his contract, and I think there's some things in the contract that are actually tying this, in my opinion, are tying the city's hands here. For example, if he doesn't work out, it's going to take 4-1 votes, and I don't think that's right. It should be 3-2, because that is the democracy way. I think that needs to be addressed. Also, we're providing $5,000 for relocation fees. There should be a stipulation that if he doesn't work out and leaves within a year, I think he should reimburse the city for those funds. Also, I don't know, Mr. Campos, can you tell me what the municipal code says about this city manager living within city or area?
Correct. There's a provision in your code that says they need to reside within the city. However, that provision is those type of provisions are no longer legally enforceable. And in the agreement, we have a provision, a line saying that that is legally unenforceable, that provision. It's an old language that's in some codes, but you can't legally enforce that provision anymore.
Thank you. And I have to also admit that since the name came up, I was not for it, and I continue to be not for this individual. So with that said, that's all I have to say.
Okay, thank you. So we've been without a permanent city manager for 14 months already. This year we've had 3 interim city managers. They've done a great job, especially our in-house city managers, Chief Contreras, Chief Orozco. You guys are really, we threw you in there, and you guys did pretty good. But now it's time to move forward with a permanent city manager. The city definitely has a lot of work to do, and I'm very confident that this applicant is a great fit for the city. He is very experienced, not in municipal, and like Councilmember Marquez mentioned, the fact that he has a finance background and a development background, and those are one of the main issues that our city has that we need to fix. So I believe that this process was very transparent. It was good the way that the applications were received, the way that the interviews went, and like I said, I'm very confident and I'm very happy, because if this gets approved, the city of Calexico will now be fully staffed as of the next few minutes, if this goes through. So with that said, do I have a motion to approve?
I motion to approve.
Do I have a second?
A second.
Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Mayor Noricumbo?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Legaspi?
Yes.
Councilmember Tylinda? Councilmember Marquez?
Yes.
Councilmember Calderon?
No.
Motion passes.
Thank you and welcome aboard. Do you want to say a few words?
Mayor, City Council member, Mayor Pro Tem, council members,
Mike.
staff, community members. It's really an honor. It's really an honor to be hired for any job. It's just to hear, to be recognized for your previous experience and what you've done, and to have, strangers, look at your experience and say, we want to give this person a try. It's a real honor. I just can't get over it. I've been hired for many jobs, and I think I've always done my best, and I've been very successful in those jobs. Not perfect. No one's perfect. But I've been very successful in every one of my efforts. But I hope to be the same thing here. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be a lot of work, but I thrive on, motivation. And I'm feeling really motivated by this staff, by this mayor, city council, and the community. Calexico has a little special place in my heart. I could talk about that later. But I'm not a stranger to Calexico. So I kind of came here for kind of a reason, I'm from San Diego. I'm from the Chula Vista area. I do plan to live out in this area because I believe, you have to be committed and close by to, do this job. Can't do it from 2 hours away. But I look forward to giving a longer speech about my plans and thoughts, but I want to thank Mayor, City Council members, all of you for your support, and look forward to starting next week. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any questions?
Okay, thank you. Now, moving forward with item number 19. Resolution of the City Council of the City of Calexico authorizing the city manager to execute a land lease agreement with Hensel Phelps for a portion of Heffernan Avenue for the construction of the new pedestrian processing facility at the Calexico West Port of Entry.
Good evening, Honorable Mayor, members of council. This item is a lease agreement with Hensel Phelps. They're the general contractor that are going to build the $200 million pedestrian facility downtown. As you may recall, back in April, the council authorized the sale to the General Services Administration of a portion of Heffernan Avenue. Due to staff changes within their legal department, there's been a delay in the purchase and sale agreement. They did recently submit a purchase and sale agreement that's under review by our legal counsel. So they are close. So this is just an interim measure to allow Hensel Phelps to go ahead and move in to the site and start doing work on this major project that will benefit the city.
Okay, do we have any public comment?
Yes, we do. June Kim?
No?
19, sir.
19, oh yeah. I only add on to, when I see that their plan, I have issues seeing the people crossing the border to go to the Heffernan. They have a long distance without any shade. So this is my main concern on those. I ask them to try to put at least a shade or like a cooler so people can get through that areas. People, when they waiting for the areas, the other side of Mexico side, they have a long line and it's like almost like put into the ovens. And they come in there in the very little street space without the shade, without any help. It should be disqualifying us to let it happen. And I told them, we are the citizens of the United States, whoever will be using it. So we should have some protection on those. If the city level can negotiating with them, make sure they have some covers for the passengers. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
No more comments.
Okay. Do we have council? Any comments or questions?
No.
No? Okay. Do we have a motion to approve?
So move.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Roll call, Madam Clerk?
Mayor Noricumbo,
Yes?
Mayor Pro Tem Legaspi,
Yes.
Councilmember Thalinda is absent, Councilmember Marquez,
Yes.
Councilmember Calderon,
Yes.
motion passes.
Okay, thank you. Item number 20, appointment of residential commissioner to the Calexico Housing Authority Board. Do we have any public comment?
No, we don't.
Okay. Do we have a nomination?
We only received one application.
Okay. Does anybody have a nomination for the applicant?
No.
No, that's for the Finance Commission. This is for the Housing Authority. No? No nomination? Okay, so we don't have any nomination at this time, so we can bring that at a later date?
No, he's right.
Or were you going to nominate someone?
Oh, no, I thought, we will, okay, never mind.
Okay.
Just an application, okay.
Who was the applicant, Ronnie? Alfonso Reynosa, is that him?
This is item 20.
And he does live within there?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he lives within the complex and so forth, and that's one of the requirements. So, I motion to approve Alfonso Reynosa.
Do we have a second? Okay, no second. So we'll bring the item at a later date to fill in that position. Okay, item number 21, appointment by Mayor Nuricumbo to the Economic Development Financial Advisory Committee. As stipulated in the staff report, I will like to appoint Mr. Richard Romero as my commissioner to this committee. Okay. Now, that concludes the portion of our discussion. We will commence our public hearing. Okay, we'll start with the first item, which is item number 22. Conduct a public hearing to consider the following action regarding Community Development Block Grant CDBG 20-CDBG-CV2-3-00169. A, approve closeout and acceptance of the final project completed under grant number, it was already mentioned, funded by the California Department of Housing and Community Development through the Community Development Block Grant Program. And B, authorize the mayor to sign the closeout certification and similar documentation related to this grant. I'd like to open the public hearing at 7:57 p.m. Do we have a presentation by staff? Okay.
Yes. Good evening, Mayor and Council members. Back on April 24, 2023, the City Council of the City of Calexico conducted a public hearing to solicit citizens' input regarding the California Department of Housing and Community Development Block Grant, CV2 and CV3, which were the Coronavirus Response Allocations Grant Round 2 and 3. The City Council took the following actions, which was adoption of Resolution 2023-21, approving the amendment of the standard agreement, as well as authorizing the city manager or the designee to sign any standard agreements. The amendment included using the funding available to rehab Fire Station Number 2. Fire Station Number 2 was built in 1989, and portion of the building was no longer habitable due to the continued deterioration inside the building. The rehabilitation process began on January 2024 when the city began advertising for the renovation of Fire Station Number 2. After that, in February, we had the mandatory pre-bid meeting. We also had the bid opening. And in March of 2024, the City Council awarded the bids to A&N Quality Builders to begin the construction. A notice of proceed was issued on March 18, 2024, and A&N Quality Builders completed the renovation of Fire Station Number 2 on October 31st, 2024. Back in November, we came to Council, and City Council approved the notice of completion. For item number 22, the city obtained $170,982 for the CDBG CV2-3-00169. That money, we have already requested to reimbursements. The state has already paid the first reimbursement in $153,888. And the second reimbursement of $17,000, which is administrative cost, is still, it has been approved, but we're just waiting for the check. The total cost of the project of fire station, the renovation of fire station number 2, was $1,746,448, of which we used we used 4 funding funds, $550,000 from the successor agency as well as ARPA funds, and then the funding for item 22. And then we also used $1.1 million for item 23. The California Department of Housing and Community Development Block Grant requires that when the program is finished, we come and do a public hearing in case anybody has any questions. And then if there's no questions, then we can go ahead and request City Council to approve the closure documentation and close out the project.
Okay, thank you. Does council have any questions for staff?
No, thank you, Lily.
No?
I don't.
Okay. So, let me see. This doesn't have an applicant, right? It's just a report from them, okay? So, there's no public comment on it? Okay. So, do we have a motion to approve?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Mayor Noricumbo,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Legaspi,
Yes.
Councilmember Thailenda is absent, Councilmember Marquez,
Yes.
Councilmember Calderon,
Yes.
motion passes.
Okay, thank you. This concludes that item's public hearing at 8:01 p.m. Now we move to item number 23. Also under public hearing, it says, conduct a public hearing to consider the following action regarding Community Development Block Grant CDBG 20-CDBG-CB2-3-00374. A, approve closeout and acceptance of the final project completed under that same grant just mentioned, funded by the California Department of Housing and Community Development through the Community Development Block Grant Program. B, authorize the mayor to sign the closeout certification and similar documentation related to this grant. I'd like to open the public hearing for this item at 8:01 p.m. We're going to have a presentation, I mentioned.
It's the same one, just an FYI to council. For this grant, the city received a total of $1,111,736, of which $1,041,736 went to construction, and then the $70,000 went to administrative cost. The city for this grant already submitted 3 reimbursement requests. 2 of them have been paid. The remaining is the $70,000 of administrative cost that has been approved. We're just waiting for the check.
Okay, all right, thank you. Do we have any public comment? No? Do we have council comment?
No,
Staff?
just, we'll close the public hearing, then we'll take the action.
Oh, okay, so we have to close it. Okay, so no public comment, so then we'll close the public hearing at 8:02 p.m. Does council have any comment? No? Do we have a motion to approve?
A motion?
Okay, seconded by Councilmember Calderon. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Mayor Noricumbo,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Legaspi,
Yes.
Councilmember Thailenda is absent, Councilmember Marquez,
Yes.
Councilmember Calderon,
Yes.
motion passes.
Okay, thank you. Item number 24, I'd like to open the public hearing at 8:03 p.m. Public hearing on a resolution of the City Council of the City of Calexico vacating a portion of West 6th Street and authorizing the city manager to quitclaim said portion. Do we have a presentation from staff?
No, just a quick overview. So this is the second part of the process. As you may recall, the council previously initiated proceedings to vacate the property. This will formalize it and authorize the city manager to quitclaim the property to the applicant, Mr. Madrigal. I'd also like to point out that the resolution also requires the property to, before being conveyed, that Mr. Madrigal file a covenant that holds all the properties as one.
Okay. Do we have an applicant that would like to speak? No? No need to speak? Okay. And do we have any public comment? Okay, so then we will close the public hearing at 8:04 p.m. Does the council have any comment?
No.
No comment.
Okay, do we have a motion?
I have a comment. Obviously, this is a cleanup from prior councils doing, but I do want to add an added condition to what we're doing today. I'd like to make sure that, because I've gone by the property and it's becoming a junkyard. So if we can stipulate that this property shouldn't have any inoperable or materials laying around in the future, so that way we could see that we did due diligence with this property.
Yeah, we can certainly do that. What we'll do is add a section to the resolution requiring the applicant, as part of the quitclaim, to record what's called the notice of restrictions, prohibiting the storage of inoperable vehicles and junk material on the site.
Thank you. And that's all I have.
Okay, so we're gonna do a motion with the recommendation from Councilmember Calderon. Do we have a second?
Second.
Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Mayor Noricumbo?
Yes?
Mayor Pro Tem Legaspi?
Yes.
Councilmember Thalinda is absent. Councilmember Marquez?
Yes.
Councilmember Calderon?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Okay, item number 25. I'd like to open the public hearing. I'm sorry, yeah, I did close the last one. Sorry about that. Okay, open public hearing at 8:05 p.m. Public hearing to consider a conditional use permit modification and density bonus for the Holly's Affordable Housing Project. Do we have a presentation from staff?
Yes, Madam Mayor. So this is it's a familiar landmark in the city. It's the former Holly's Hotel, and it's over on Imperial Avenue. It's the area highlighted in yellow, 801 Imperial Avenue to be exact. Back in 2020, the council approved the conversion of the hotel into a low-income housing project for 59 units. 58 of the units are for very low-income households, 70% of which are currently occupied by seniors. One of the units is for caretaker's residence. Originally, the applicant had plans to create office space within the center red area, highlighted here in red, to office space and into a community area, but funding, he wasn't able to obtain funding or additional grants for that, and so that didn't transpire. He was recently able to obtain a grant, though, to convert that space into 9 additional low-income dwelling units. And that's the proposal tonight, is to convert the central area into 9 additional affordable housing units. This is the proposed floor plan. As a reminder, the wings of the hotel are where the rooms were at. So the center area was a common area, a kitchen, there was a bar there at one time. And the wings of the hotel are the ones that were converted into the dwelling units. The proposed floor plan is shown here. It would include a community room, primarily to serve the seniors living at the facility, and it would also provide an office and 9 new studio units. They average about 450 square feet in size. The facility would be, the new addition, would be 1 story, as shown here. The east elevation, that's how the building would look from Imperial Avenue, and then the back side, the west elevation, is what would be visible from the alley that adjoins the site on the back end. To put this in context, the city has a regional housing needs allocation for very low income of 1,279 units. We're falling very short of that, and this would help with that sort of with that target. It would help produce 9 more units that are very much needed. The applicant did obtain a $2.3 million grant from the California Department of Housing and Community Development to facilitate the development of these new 9 units. There is an expenditure deadline next year, 2026. And so it is staff recommendation that this project be approved. So as such, we would recommend that you conduct and open the public hearing and also adopt the attached resolution approving the proposed conditional use permit modification. The applicant is also present tonight to answer any questions, and I'm glad to answer any questions as well.
Okay, thank you. Are there any questions for staff?
Yeah, I have a comment and question. My understanding is the request is to waive of having or minimize the parking spaces from 68 to 59. Is that?
Yeah, pardon, I should have highlighted, that's part of the request as well. So as an affordable housing project, they get what's called a density bonus, and they can ask for a waiver of certain development standards, and the most typical being parking. So our municipal code requires 1 parking space per studio unit, and he would fall a little short of that. He is proposing to add 15 more parking stalls, so that would help alleviate some of the parking concerns, and 70% of the tenants are seniors.
And also, this is the first time I know it's mentioned here on our agenda. But Mike, is this the first time we ever been a co-applicant for any grant such as this?
As far as I know, for Home Key, that was a temporary program. The state was really trying to get money out, and specifically for the conversions of hotels because of our homeless crisis. The city was co-applicant at the time for the Home Key funds. So yeah, as far as I'm aware, this was the only Home Key application where we were co-applicant.
Okay, on resolution page number 4, I drove by the area, and it reads, the applicant shall pay all development impact fees in effect at the time of issuance of certificate occupancy. Impact fees amount shall be calculated in accordance with current fees ordinance in effect at the time of issuance of a certificate of occupancy. One of them was the removal of the signs. I noticed I drove by today and the sign's not there. I know it's something petty, but was that sign not supposed to have been removed? And also what I've noticed is that there is work being done right now where Scorpion used to be at. This is where the units are supposed to be at. This is being done right now?
Yes, that's
before
correct.
Approval of this?
So the applicant is free to demo an unused portion of the building, and he signed what's called a at-risk form. So he acknowledges that he can't proceed with the actual construction of the units until he gets council approval. And the part of the demolition of the facility is because it was structurally damaged and compromised. And so that's why he proceeded with the demolition of that center part of the facility.
Well, yeah, because what I see is basically what looks up there on the map was what was removed from that facility. That's why I came up with the question.
Yes, originally he had plans to preserve the structure and only remove the car canopy, but upon inspection by an engineer, they found that the structure was structurally compromised and needed to be demoed.
That whole general area?
That center part, the one in red.
Where the units are supposed to be at?
Yes.
Okay.
This area there.
Yeah. Just drove by today.
Okay. Okay. Councilmember Marquez? Do you have any questions, comments?
You don't have any comments? No?
Councilmember
Yeah,
Calderon?
I do. Prior to this construction that Mr. Legaspi is talking about, there was actually residents within that complex. So, and I just want to make it clear because I am speaking for the 40,000 residents here in Calexico, and that includes those that are having issues with housing. So my question is, what happened to these residents, and were they assisted in getting other means of housing while this construction was taking place? That's my first question, because we can't just put them out in the street and make sure that, and I mean, if we're looking out for our people, the less fortunate that need assistance, and this program is all about helping our less fortunate, then I am concerned, because I want to know where these individuals went, and if we took care of them like we were supposed to. I know that the city, when this, I mean, I would have never approved it if this would have came initially before my meet today, but it's a done deal. The city obviously co-signed for this purchase of this property. And I don't know if there's any oversight as to what's going on. The demolition, I think you missed a point. We're approving that demolition or the construction today, and we already started on the demolition, which includes that sign that shouldn't have been knocked down. There's a form that is very important that wasn't in the backup, which is the pro forma, because that, I think we're transparent in a sense where that tells our community where all these funds are going to be spent and how they're going to be spent. And that is missing from the backup. With that said, I think that there's still a lot of questions about where this project is going. And my last question, and I don't know who can answer it, it seems like we're at the mercy of this investor, and what I want, and I want everybody to hear it here, because obviously they want to hear, in the event that this investor walks away tomorrow, where does it leave the city? And I'm talking the 40,000 residents that live here. So who can answer that question?
The first question, I would defer to the applicant, sir.
Yeah, so whenever you have residents in a building, you do have to do a relocation plan, but this is a vacant commercial building that was uninhabitable and was falling down. It didn't have a single occupant in it. All the occupants are in the units that were built through the home key fund, so there was nobody living in the building that you're describing. So it's not anybody, nobody was like being kicked out. We're actually creating 10 more units, not 9. So there's 9 within that space. But there was a little like caretaker space that was never converted on the first thing. So we're creating another unit on the right-hand wing as well. So it'll be 10 more units for a total of 68. And these are 30% AMI units. So they're the least expensive unit in all of Imperial County for anybody to rent.
First of all, for the record, can you identify yourself? Because I don't know.
Sure. My name is Ray Robin.
Okay. So you're saying that this building has never been occupied?
The center of the building is not occupied by anybody and has never been occupied. I'm not talking about the center.
I'm talking about the outer parts.
The outside has been occupied for 5 years since we remodeled it, 100% occupancy, and nobody has been moved out. They're still occupying all the units.
Okay. All right.
Okay, my only question regarding this was a meeting that we had a few months back about the home key. I think we had some concerns because the city was a co-signer, and we were trying to make sure that everything was in line with the grant and stuff. So my only concern is that everything is good.
Yeah, so we corrected that breach of notice, the breach of contract notice we received from the California Department of Housing and Community Development.
Okay.
That was basically an issue with the title of the property, with the ownership listed on the title, and that's been corrected and resolved.
Okay, and then as the planning director and the expert in this area, you are recommending that we approve this?
Yes, it would be staff recommendation that you approve, with the correction that it would consist of 10 units.
Okay.
Rather than 9 units.
Okay, so then, do we have any, is there anything else you would like to add as the applicant? Okay. Do we have any public comment?
Yes, we do. Maritza Hurtado.
Good afternoon. You're correct, Mr. Calderon. We don't know who Ray Robin is. The last time he was here, we ended up with a lot of questions on his project. We did a lot of deep diving into the project, and we found that the correction has to do with site control. Who owns this place? The amount of money that he received was from the home program. The home program is usually for cities to do these types of projects, but the cities keep the property. In this case, he kept the property. He was given $6 million from that home program. Now he has another $2 million, total $8 million. However, if you go and you look at the assessor's office valuation for this project, this property is only worth under $2 million. So it's kind of hard to understand how much that cost, but yet the valuation is still under $2 million. However, the more concerning thing is something that we have posted on the C project is about the fact that the property taxes haven't been paid since this project was initiated. So that's a really big problem because you hear Mr. Robin come here and complain about the fact that we're not treating him right. But we don't even know who owns this, who did in fact receive the credits, because that's why I believe these types of projects are brought to a city, because they provide credits to those developers and to those developers that are interested in bringing this particular type of project. The other problem is that this type of investment in this community brings problems. And like we said, this is a high area of drug use, and there is a lot of calls, and that has to be concerning. What is happening? Who owns this? Who will be responsible? Because you did mention that it has become a very difficult thing for your family, but trying to find out who really owns it is our concern. Because this is what happens to Calexico, is that we start to manipulate our processes, right? And we're basically allowing for, like someone said here, developers to manipulate us. And with this type of project, I don't appreciate that, because we know that when he came here the last time, he said he didn't have to. Absolutely not is what he said. Had to provide social services to these individuals, which we know that's not true after we review the contract. So please be transparent, Mr. Robin. Say who the owner is. Tell us why you haven't been able to afford your property taxes. Just like you said, Mr. Calderon, you should have provided some type of a pro forma to make sure that your project was going to actually be viable and it was going to provide some type of revenue for you, so you wouldn't have to be in this situation. My concern is that what happens after 5 years of not paying your property taxes? I went to the property assessor's office today and asked those questions. We're close to foreclosure, so think about that. Thank you.
Do you have any other comments?
Yes, next speaker is Carla Ibarra.
Good afternoon. My name is Carla Ibarra, and I am here regarding this project because this gentleman has been here before. And one of the areas that we...
Ms. Ibarra, sorry. Can you speak closer to the mic?
I'm so sorry.
Your voice is very...
One of the areas where we are lacking is helping them succeed. Where it comes to low-income housing, if he's doing ADUs for the unhoused, that's the only thing that I would request, for him to give us a little bit of a break for people to be from the area. Regarding it being property tax paid, I'm not so sure about that, because if it's a low-income housing project, usually we waive the taxes, but that would be something that Mr. Coyne would be talking to you about. And so there's a lot of things that were miscommunicated just previously. So when it comes to tax credit allocation properties, it's a totally different animal. So please disregard the communication we're just given by the previous speaker. She's probably not aware of anything regarding low-income housing, but I am all, not necessarily for this project, because I really don't know the full extent of the requirements, and I'm very sure, however, that the pro forma for the sources and uses were given to the Low-Income Housing Tax Credit Allocation Committee. Otherwise, he would have not gotten the tax credits. Therefore, he could probably provide us with that information. And the only reason why I'm saying that is because we don't let the city grow because we don't help the developers. We're always putting stops. Now we have a person that we trust that could help us with that. And I trust Mr. Coyne, and I trust his decisions, and he has a very open door, and we can ask him anything that we need. So I just want our city to grow. So now we have someone, and now we're going to have a city manager that we can rely on and ask. Now, that is all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Do we have another comment?
No more comments.
Okay. Yes,
I just want to clarify a few points because there was a lot said just recently. So this was not from the home program. The money was from Project Home Key. It was a one-time thing, and everybody that does Project Home Key either has to get operating subsidies guaranteed or they have to guarantee them themselves, which is what we did. These project budgets are designed to fail. You can't operate at 30% AMI and be able to pay your bills. So they're designed to have contributions from like HHAP3 for operating subsidies, from the PHLA that the city has guaranteed money that comes to it through PHLA that is for these subsidies. But unfortunately, because the housing element has not been active for the last 4 years, we've been unable to get those, but that's going to be fixed soon because Michael and the staff is taking care of that. But these projects are designed to be a community partnership between a developer that goes out there and raises the money and gets the projects done, and then the city. In regards to the property taxes, this is an affordable project, so I appreciate the second person that just came up here. Affordable projects are able to abate the property taxes through their nonprofit partnerships. Unfortunately, because the standard agreement was messed up when we first did this deal and was one of the reasons that we had these issues with the paperwork last time, it took a long time to fix that, and you cannot process a property tax abatement without a proper standard agreement. So we're in the process of doing all of that, but nobody has to worry about property taxes because affordable housing is exempt from paying property taxes. So that's the story behind that. I think that there's just a lot of emotions here every time I come here. It seems like there's a lot of people that have a lot of things to say, but the real gist of this is that we raised $5.8 million through Project Home Key. We provided 58 units. Every single dollar went into the operating budget. And now we're raising more money through a county grant that's going to add 10 more units. And it's once again all going to that. And we're way over budget and providing some of our own money because we had to tear the whole building down when that wasn't planned. So, I think we're doing a pretty good benefit to the community when we're offering, units that you need 1,000 of, and, they hardly ever get any because 30% AMI is almost impossible to get. Typically, the affordable housing companies like Chelsea Development will offer like maybe 10% at 30% AMI, and the rest are at like, 60, 70%. So it's hard to get this many affordable units in one pot. It's almost impossible. This is the only place in all of Imperial County that has it. So I think it's a win for the city of Calexico. To get more units at that rate is a big win. If we could add more, I would, but there's just not enough space. So yeah, there's no property tax issues. All the money's being spent on the units, and we could use some operating subsidies.
Okay, thank you. Before we motion, I would like to thank the clarification. We definitely know there's a lot of misinformation out there, and I am 100% for development and for new housing of all income levels, and I trust the recommendation of our expert in that area. So I am going to motion to approve. Oh, I'm sorry, we have to close this out. I'm sorry. Yes, of course. Let me just see something really quick. I'm still good at I have to close the public hearing now, right? Yes. Let me just close the public hearing.
If she's going to ask a question, you can't close it.
No, yes, we can. It's closed, the public hearing is closed, and then the council will discuss.
All right.
So I'll close the public hearing at 8:28 p.m. Okay, council member.
Thank you. So do we have a time constraint right now in regards to making this approval?
Yes, because he has that timeline that he has to meet, construction timeline, in order to meet
2026, right?
the grant expenditure deadline, which is June 30th, 2026?
2026?
Yes.
So in a year.
So we have time.
Because obviously council has questions. I know that we are meeting again, I believe next week. Correct?
We have a special meeting coming up next week.
30.
We have a special meeting scheduled for the 30th.
Okay.
Yeah. So would it be possible for us to maybe carry this over to then, so that we can have a little bit more information, a little bit more questions with Mr. Coyne?
We certainly can do that. Yes, we could
Okay.
add additional information.
Do you have any questions now that maybe he could answer, so we don't have to prolong a permit?
I would like to table the item and bring it back.
Okay. So are you done with comments so we can do the motion?
I do have one comment, and this is for the record. Chief, and I think I asked you for the information. When these housings were open, how many calls were going to that area when it was open?
When they were a hotel, we were going there on a regular basis because there was a bar.
No, I'm talking when it became a housing unit.
So initially, when we first got our influx of homeless or unhoused people in there, we were getting unhoused people from all over the county, and we're going there regularly. They then changed the management and security, and now it's close to zero. The same thing.
Well, yeah, because it's empty now, but I just wanted to make it clear that this was occupied at one time.
It's still currently occupied. The wings are currently occupied by residents. So I know the fire sent their stats, and they average between 1 to 3 calls a month, and we're pretty much aligned with that, if not less. I mean, confirming it with my operations lieutenant, and
Yeah, I agree. Our response to that location is decreased quite a bit.
yeah, and that's thanks to the management of the property owners.
Well, it's empty now, so that's why you don't have any responses.
It's not empty.
But again, thank you.
It's not empty.
All right.
And I'd like
Yeah,
to clarify.
it's not empty, you just mentioned, right? So we need to make sure that the information that we're receiving and putting out is the correct. It's not empty. The part that's empty is the center area that was getting demolished, and the question was, did they relocate the people where they were doing this? And the answer was, there was no people to relocate, correct?
That's
Okay.
Correct.
I'd also like to clarify that normally a perform is only provided when there's financial assistance from the city, or if they're asking for a fee waiver, which they're not. So we didn't request a pro forma for that reason, but he has provided one that we can certainly provide to council.
Okay, well, I've heard no reason to table, but I will do what the request of the council is. I don't know why the need. It would be all the questions have been answered, and I don't find an issue. But you're motioning to table? Yes. Okay, do I have a second?
I'm going to go ahead and second it. Everything that was assisted, just go ahead and confirm, especially with the impact fees, what we're receiving with that, and just to clarify some of the what was stated, and just have documents come in, and if we can bring it back on the 30th, let's go ahead and do so. So I'm going to go ahead and table it.
Okay, so we have a motion to table by Councilmember Marquez, and we have a second by Mayor Pro Tem Legaspi. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Mayor Noricumbo?
No?
Mayor Pro Tem Legaspi?
Yes.
Councilmember Thalinda is absent. Councilmember Marquez?
Yes.
Councilmember Calderon?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Okay, thank you. Moving on to informational items. Receive and file Community Services Commission minutes for regular meeting of November 13th, 2024.
Yes, Madam Mayor. So we're filing the minutes for the commission minutes for the regular meeting of the Community Service Commission. So for you is the staff report that shows the minutes that were held on November 13th, 2024 at 5:30 p.m.
Okay. All right, so now we're moving to future agenda items. Mayor Pro Tem Legaspi.
Yes. I've got some concerns. Someone had mentioned that, have we charged the wrong business license fees?
As far as I'm aware, that hasn't been brought up.
Well,
to
somebody
my attention.
commented that somebody had received a wrong fee for the permits or for business license. So I'm kind of curious. Has that happened? Has that been reported to you?
No, that's the first I've heard of this, but I'll check with the finance department.
Yeah, please do so. That's all I have.
Okay, Councilmember Marquez?
So for future items, I would like to go back to the Rodriguez Park. I know that I keep bringing this up, but I want to know if where we are at with the restroom installation, and once again, just the ask of what's still remaining on that balance of the amount that could still be used. That's all that I have.
Okay, Councilmember Calderon?
Yes, the only item that I want on the next agenda is our attorney services for discussion. And I have one more. I had mentioned it, I think, several months ago. What is the status on putting these RVs for auction? This is probably the 5th summer that they're going to go through. When we try to do something with them, they're going to be ready for dumping. So if we can get those going, I would appreciate it. At least get some money while we can. Otherwise, we're going to have to take them to the dump. Thank you.
Okay, so just to clarify, we're going dark in August? So any future agenda items would be until September?
September, yes.
Okay, but there might be a special meeting, but that's gonna be for a specific purpose, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna reserve my future agenda items till we get closer. We've got time, right? Yeah, okay, that's all I have. So with nothing else, do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
I'm pausing. Second.
Okay, roll call, Madam Clerk?
Mayor Noricumbo?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Legaspi?
Yes.
Councilmember Talinda is absent. Councilmember Marquez?
Yes.
Councilmember Calderon?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Okay, thank you. Meeting adjourned at 8:36 p.m.